Hi there, Catrice Jackson here, Boss Lady of Branding. Just want to take a little bit of time to talk with you about how important it is to get your book out into the world in 2014. So I want to take you back to about 2006. I used to be that kind of reader where I never read a book cover to cover until I picked up a book called Creating Money, and that book absolutely changed my life. It was one of the first books that I read cover to cover. So here's that book right here. It intrigued me, it caught my attention, and it kept me captivated from front to back. It was the very first book that I read cover to cover. And not only was this a success that I was able to read a book cover to cover, but it inspired me to write my own book. It moved me in such a way that I said, you know what, I want to do that. And so that's exactly what I decided to do. I decided I'm going to become a published author and write my very first book. And I wanted it to be transformational. I wanted it to be something that would inspire people just like that book inspired me. And so in 2009, I released my first book, which is a self-published book called Soul Eruption. And oops, it's upside down, Soul Eruption. So this book was a great accomplishment. It took time and it took energy, but I did it. And I had the vision and I brought that vision to life. So this was a self-published book, and you can self-publish a book as well. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to write 5 books in 5 years. And so I decided to then write my next book, which really caused me to dig deep and get creative and start to define what my voice and my message was in the world. And so here's my next book, Delicious. And this was a labor of love. I really wanted women to show up and shine and release the delicious woman within. Again, a self-published book that did very well, that really fulfilled me. Women love this. I was able to create a whole brand and message and movement around this book right here. And so the journey continues. You know, I said I was going to write 5 books in 5 years. And so there was a time in my life when things got a little scary and hairy and fearful. And I decided, you know what, I got to tell my story. I got to tell my story because I know that there's other people out there living in fear. And so with my third self-published book, I wrote the book, The Art of Fear-Free Living. This book tells the story of how I overcame my fears, how I found that genie within to be more courageous. And I tell some real hard truths in this book, but again, my third book, self-published. And as I began to move around in the publishing world and become an author, people started to take notice of the Catriceology brand, which is exactly what I wanted. And I was invited to participate in a best-selling, international best-selling compilation book called Embracing Your Authentic Self. And that's this book right here. Linda Joy invited me to write a chapter in this book. And this helped expand the brand of Catriceology. So I was very grateful to be a part of this book with lots of other amazing women. And so the journey continues. The more books you write, the more you get your message out there, the more you become a thought leader, and the more people notice you. You get more clients, and your brand gets a boost. So I was once again invited to write an amazing piece in this book, Women Will Save the World. And this is all about collaboration and women's empowerment and coming together so that women can really make the changes in the world that we know need to be made to create huge shifts. So it was a pleasure to be invited to write in another best-selling book. And not too long ago, as a result of my brand getting stronger and stronger and stronger and more visible out in the marketplace, I was invited to write in another collaboration book called Success in High Heels. International bestseller. Women across the world love this book, and I was super excited to be able to offer a story, a message about branding in this book. So here we are at the end of the journey, the Catriceology journey to write 5 books in 5 years. You know, life happened and it took me off track a little bit, but I was excited and super thrilled about releasing my newest book, Brand Like a Boss Lady. And this is the book where I made my mark in the marketplace, where I put my stamp down and I said, yep, that's right, I'm the boss lady of branding. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to branding and marketing. So this was the book out of all the books that I feel put the stamp on Catriceology and really helped me set the stage for everything going forward about how I want to show up in the marketplace, how I want to serve people, how I want to help people really build, boost, and broadcast their brand. And guess what? There's more to come. There's more books to write. So I know what it takes to write that book. I know what it takes to get a cover design and have the layout just perfect. And I also know how much it costs to do all of that. So through that journey, I've learned an easier way, a more affordable way, a more effective and efficient way to get your book out into the marketplace. And that's exactly what I want to share with you in Brand You with a Book. So because I know it takes time and it's an intimate process, and it's really important to make sure that people truly understand what they're doing step by step, I'm only going to be taking up to 10 people in this program because I want to make sure you get what you need. I want to make sure that it is as perfect as possible, that you love it, that it is something you are proud to put in the marketplace. So I hope that you will get signed up for Brand You with a Book and get your message and your story out into the world. I can't wait to help you do that, and I can't wait to introduce you to my dream team who helped me bring Brand Like a Boss Lady to life so that you can have access to them so that they can help you get your message out there too. So don't wait. We won't be doing this program again till later in the fall. Get signed up. Get that book out into the world. Share your message with the people who need to hear it right now. I hope to see you in Brand You with a Book. Write, publish, and sell your book in 10 weeks.